So that. Welcome to the Racsinfotech, guys. Today I'm going to demonstrate about the Oracle e-business suite. Another name we call it as Oracle Apps DBA. So for training demo, we are going to share this session. Okay, what exactly Apps DBA will do? What are all the requirements to do Apps DBA training? I'll share that information. For that, first somebody say EBS DBA, someone is say Apps DBA. Okay, what is EBS and all? It's an enterprise business suite. It's suite means it's a club of multiple applications or services. Okay, business requirement related suite. It serves the business logic. Suppose you are having one real estate business. Your real estate related information, you need suppliers, right? And also you need some accountant, you need some these things, finance related things. So all kind of works we need to support. So for that they need to take different softwares also earlier days. But Oracle has introduced one new software, that is e-business suite software. This software is having multiple products. In e-business suite, we are having more than 200 products. More than 200 products. Each product we call it as SCM, HCM, or CRM, and ERP also one thing is there, and human resource related thing, HRM. So these are all products which are holding by Oracle. So each product we require individual licenses. So as a DBA, Oracle application DBA, we need to install this software, e-business suite software. This software is hosts all the product related information. Each product will support one functionality, or it serves one business logic. As a DBA, we need to install that, and also we need to maintain the e-business suite software. That's it. And remaining things, technical team will be there, functional team will be there, developers will be there, different teams will be there. That is their role. That is different scenario. As an apps DBA, what exactly this means? E-business suite is a product, the combination of the products. It serves the business logic. Whatever the business, they are going to take it. Suppose, as I said, real estate, right? If it's a hospitality, they should have different clients. They need to serve. They need to purchase something. That purchased orders and all need to be recorded in one table. And also they are going to supply something, some services they are going to supply. So that kind of services, they need to record it. All the information stored in the backend database. Okay, but as an apps DBA, it is good to know the database activities also. But our apps DBA main purpose is only to support the application only. Application means e-business suite software installation and maintenance. That's it. That is apps DBA. History and all is there. So like it started 1988. E-business suite has been started in 1988. Later on, they have introduced different versions. Familiar, most of them from 2004 to 2006, we are having 11i version. In 11i, I means internet. Okay, 11i version, we have 11.5.10.2. It's the standard version. Okay, in 11i, this is the standard version. After that, in 2010, they released R means release 12.1.0, 12.0.0, then 12.1.0, then 12.1.1, 12.1.2, then 12.1.3 is the standard version in R12.1. Okay, guys, I'll share this record. Even I'm recording this session, I'll share with you. Okay, or else I'll post on this thing in my this thing YouTube. Okay, I'll upload that by end of today actually. No issues for that. Okay, in 2013 onwards, Oracle introduced the new release, that is R12.2. Okay, 12.1 we have some functionalities, features added compared to 11i version. So each version, as and when Oracle is introducing, they are going to add new functionalities, right? Obviously, without that new functionalities, there is no need to upgrade it. So in that way, we are having 12.2 also is having more functionality and more flexibility. Compared to the architecture level also, huge changes have been happened. We will discuss all these things. What are all the differences in 11i and R12.1, and also what are all the major differences in between R12.1, R12.2. Okay, that we will discuss. This is the latest release, which major release 12.2 is the major release. In that, latest one is R12.2.12, again 12. This is the latest one. Recently they have released this 12.2. Okay, as and when we are going to support, any client is asking us which version we need to go, what is the latest version, you can say 12.2.12 is the latest one. We can go anytime -1, like 12.2.11 we can go ahead. Why? Because in 12.2 they are released it. If any issues happen, if organization, those who are already using 12.2.12, if any issue reported, they need to log a ticket with support team. They will work on it, and then they will support the action plans. They will share the action plans to fix those issues. Instead of that, if you go with -1, 12.2.11, there could be most of the issues they already find out, and then they have fixes are ready. If it is a 12.2, they definitely help you, but it may take time to prepare the action plans. So that is better to suggest to the client, always go with -1 version. Okay, this is all about what is e-business suite and what are all the versions when they have started, what is right now the latest version. We will go through these things as well as part of architecture. I'll show you in next couple of slides architecture, and then that's it. So prerequisites. So somebody doesn't know anything, they are working in different technical skills, they want to move to apps DBA. Okay, what is the prerequisite? I mean, can I able to read it, or can I able to start this apps DBA? Can I get the jobs? Okay, for them I can say strongly, anybody can able to learn, because apps DBA or core DBA or rack DBA, we don't have any coding, no need to write single line of code. That is clear. You can learn within 30 to 40 days any course. That is very easy. Okay, there is no prerequisites also, but we have limited prerequisites. It's good to have, it is not mandatory, it's good to have. What was those? Basic knowledge on Oracle database, what exactly mean by the database, and how we are going to support the database activities. And also Linux commands. Why? Because we are using the operating system. Okay, most of the clients are using Linux operating system, Linux flavors, Solaris, what is called IBM AIX, Linux, all are a same kind of commands. Slightly one or two commands will be changed, but most of the commands will be the same. Similarly will be there. 20 to 30 commands will be there. That as part of this training we will share also. I already made one video also, but as part of this training, I'll take care of this also. And basic SQL and PL/SQL knowledge. We no need to go with writing the scripts and all as part, I mean, using SQL and PL/SQL. Just what is select query, DML and DDL, TCL commands will be there. You just learn those things. That's more than enough. Okay. To install the software in your PC, recommended 16 GB RAM and 300 to 400 GB hard disk is required. To practice, to install this e-business suite, it's very high end, I can say, are very heavy software. If it's a database software, no, only core database, we used to have less than 3 GB software size will be there. Within 20 GB also we can configure the database. But application DBA, if you want to configure software itself, it is more than 60 or 70 GB software will be there. That is where we need at least 300 to 400 GB hard disk is required. Okay, these are all the prerequisites, nothing much. And coming to this architecture, we will discuss clearly. Our application is 3-tier architecture. We can say 3-tier means this is the client one. Client means from where we are going to connect, interact with this application or database. That could be a laptop, that could be your mobile, that could be a server, anything that we call it as a client. There we need Java software. Even if you are trying to connect your e-business suite application using mobile, in that mobile you should have Java applet, Java related software should be installed. Okay, and middle tier is our e-business. This is where our e-business suite apps DBAs are going to work on it. This is the middle tier, we call it as. Middle means in between client and database. That is where we call it as a middle tier. Okay, and database, end of the day, application will not store the data. It is having some application related information, but original data will not store in application. It will store in the database level. In database also, we have 11G release 2 versions, 12C and 19C versions. 19C is the long-term support one. Till 2030 also they have. 32, I think so. They are going to support extended support also. Okay. This is the database where our application needs to integrate with this database. So this is an architecture in 12.2, completely changed. Earlier, we used to have only one file system in 12.1 or 11i, but in 12.2 onwards, we are having two file system and also one separate logs, non-edition file system also we are having. Okay, all are having same softwares, whatever Apple Top or Patch Top and all, both these two things. And this is having patch log, patch top, what are all the patches we are going to copy. We have to copy all this in non-edition file system, logs also, extra logs and all. So it will reduce the burden on your file system, storing the logs and all in another file, another location where it is going to maintain. This edition-based redefinition is the database feature to apply your online patches. We call it as EBR. Okay, from 11G release 2 onwards, this has been introduced, but recently from 12.2 version onwards, we are using this feature. But in couple of years back only, Oracle has introduced that EBR feature in 11G database. Okay, it will enable the online patching, adapt things, how those will work, how the patch file system will sync with your run file system. Those we will discuss as part of that architecture. So this is completely apps DBA part. This is our middle tier, whatever we are saying this middle tier, right? This is an architecture for that. So roles and responsibilities as an apps DBA, we need to install the EBS software. Also, we need to install the database software also. And also we need to do the patching, cloning, both application and database side patching and clonings, and managing the custom application products. As I said, right, Oracle has more than 200 plus products they're having. How many each might be? I saw one of my clients, they are using 35 products. That is a huge. But small clients, they are using might be 5 or 10 products only. AP, AL, GL, those we call it as a products. Okay. As per their business, they will use those products. According to that, we need to install and also we need to support how we are going to install the products and all. We will discuss as part of the course. And also concurrent requests. These are the requests for generating the reports and supporting their operational kind of works. This is required. What is concurrent request? Which managers are going to take care of this? How the managers will work? If request is not completing properly, if request is taking time, or if request is failed, how we are going to troubleshoot. This is the major thing as an apps DBA. We need to focus on these things. And workflow mailer also, it is very important. Workflow mailer will help the organization. Inside of that organization, somebody wants to take a leave, they need to submit a leave request, right? That should go to proper approval cycle, right? That approval, how the flow will move internally by using this workflow mailer only. We have our Gmail, we have our Outlook, right, to communication and all. In application level, we have this workflow mailer to communicate the request, inbound and outbound requests. How we are going to configure, what will happen if mailer is not working. So those we will cover it as part of that. And system admin or sysadmin tasks. These are all front-end level. In database, we are going to do all the back-end tasks. Okay, all the backend means in the database. If you are trying to connect one of the database, let me start this test DB. This is the only pure database. This one is a database with e-business suite, single node application. So single node means one server. We are going to install one server. We are going to install database and application both in one server. Server means physical machines. This is apps is my one server. Okay, in that machine I have database is running and also application also running. So this is my database. EBS CDB is my database, and TNS. I'm just want to check the listener, apps listener. This one. This is my application. So single server, database and application both are running. This is called single node. If you are installing database in one node, apps and application, you can install another node. That we call it as a two node or multi-node. How? Why we need to do that? Why? Because if you are using both database and application in single server, whatever the memory we are having here, this memory is very less. Okay, this 16 GB memory is this. This 16 GB used by this database and application. So that will be headache, right? If performance also very slow will be there. At that time, if you are using the 16 GB only for the database related connections, you can take one more server. There you can install application. There you can use another 16 GB memory. Then 32 GB memory are supporting for this. So obviously performance will be increased and high availability will be there. Suppose if in this server we are having database and application. If any issues happen network level and the server is crashed, so our application and database also lost everything, right? So that is also high availability also will be there. So to reducing the burden on the servers and also performance improvement, we can use multi-node. If it is a small organization, they can go with if they are not able to burden like server, if they need to purchase the servers and all, right? If they don't have that much of budget, they can go with a single node only. Okay, all these things. And sysadmin is a front-end task. Front-end means it's a Java like front-end, how we are going to connect with our Gmail or other Facebook accounts and LinkedIn accounts. Same way we have e-business suite front-end account. There we are going to do some of the user creations, concurrent request submissions, everything we can do back-end and front-end, both the sides. If you want to do the front-end, those activities we call it as a system administrator activities or sysadmin activities. This is important. And troubleshooting. If request is not submitting or if it is not completing, workflow mailer keep on going down or it is going to error out. System administrator level, if you are unable to create a users, if you are unable to launch the Java forms, how we are going to troubleshoot, those we can check. And also password management. Quarterly, we are going to change the production passwords, apps password, Apple system and system database level, sys and system passwords. And all, if you are using any custom users, those passwords we need to change it. How we are going to perform those, why we need to perform those, the password management. Migration and upgradations, versions and priority, like why we need to do the migration, what is the importance of the migration, and what is the upgrade high level, like why we need to do the upgrade, what is the upgrade flow. As part of apps DBA role, you need to perform these also according to your experience. If you have more experience, you should take more tasks. If you have less experience, at least you have to perform these things. System admin, user creation, responsibilities assignment, concurrent managers, health check, workflow mailer status check, backups check. You need to apply at least a patch. You need to perform the cloning. Those you need to do at least 4 to 5 years, still 4 to 5 years experience, you can perform this. More than 5 years or 6 years, you have to perform these operations as well. Upgradation, migrations, extra like integrations, middleware integration, IDM related. IDM means single sign-on access and all. Those you have to perform according to your experience. We will cover those parts as well. This is our course index. I'll cover e-business suite architecture, what exactly EBS means, and dual file system I'll explain. Installation I'll show you that as well. And administration means how we are going to shut down and start up things. And the important AD utilities, application DB. AD means application DB or database or application DBA utilities. We used to have more than 10 or close to 20 AD utilities will be there. We will discuss high level utilities. All are not that much important. AD admin is important. AD start all, stop all, and listener things. Those are important. AD relink is important. Those we will discuss. Auto config is one of the important configuration utility. What are all the application level configuration changes, whatever you did, if those need to update in your system, by using auto config only you can update it. Okay, there is no other way to update it. So what is very important, okay, that we will cover it. Then patching by using ADOP, AD patch also we will discuss, but in 12.2 we are using ADOP only. ADOP means application DBA online patching. So system administration and troubleshooting, as I mentioned, right, as a DBA, we need to have sysadmin tasks, need to perform concurrent request related things. Cloning, I'll show you. Workflow management, what is the importance of this workflow? on mailer startup and shutdown, mailer configuration. I'll show you that as well. Password changes and all. EBS and OCI, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. This is also important. Okay. Now most of them are on-prem only. On-prem means locally they are data centers. Few of the customers they are interested to move. Some of the customers already there on OCI Cloud. Some of them EBS mostly on OCI. On the databases they are having AWS also, Azure also they have the databases. But e-business suite we used to have only on OCI Cloud. Okay, how we are going to handle this EBS databases? Who is going to handle this EBS if it is in OCI? That we will discuss. Why? Because we don't have any option to share this on OCI. Why? Because in supported by the Oracle only. OCI, whatever the e-business suite and cloud, supported by Oracle only. Other clients doesn't have the rights to handle the e-business suite servers. Autonomous database they are using for the CBS. Okay, it could be an Exadata or non-Exadata servers. Okay, upgrade flow. I'll explain EBS 12.1 to 12.2. If I have a time end of this course, then I'll perform. But to upgrade and all, it is too much on our local servers. But we'll try to show live. Otherwise, I'll explain step by step what are all the pre-upgrade, actual upgrade, and post-upgrade flows and all. I'll explain it. SSO, this is very, very important. Nowadays, apps DBAs are, if you go for any interview without this knowledge, mostly your profile will be rejected. So SSO is the more flexible for companies to handle the multiple user IDs and passwords. To avoid that, SSO is very, very important. Such kind of issues, how we are going to handle, our e-business suite users, local login and SSO logins. What is the difference between local and SSO login? How the flow will be there for login, that I'll explain. And repeated issues also. What kind of issues we used to get, how we are going to troubleshoot. Okay, that's it from our e-business suite course side. So now I'll take questions if you have any. This we will cover it 35 hours to 40 hours. In between, I'll close this training. Per day, 1 hour on weekdays. Yeah. Over to you guys. If you have any questions, I'm ready to take.
Hi.
Yeah.
So I joined a bit late. Like, who will take this course? Like, only Oracle DBA or anyone, any DBA?
You mean to say you're asking for trainer, right?
Yes, no. I'm a SQL DBA. It's suitable for me, or like I have to should be
Obviously, it will suitable for you as well. Nowadays, most of the organizations, even on-site, Singapore or Dubai or some other on-site opportunities there for SQL DBA with e-business suite and Oracle DBA knowledge also they are asking.
Yes, but without Oracle DBA, can I survive on this?
Yes, you can do that as well. Even though as part of this apps DBA, as I said, you have to, we will teach you the database activities as well. This one, this complete architecture for e-business suite, apps DBA. As part of this apps DBA, I need to show you this application architecture and application tasks and also database tasks as well. These tasks done by the core DBA generally. Those also we will cover here. Yeah. Why? Because without this database, we will not able to install this application. We will not maintain this application. That is where if it is a core DBA guy, they can easily understand this. Not easily, they almost 20 to 30% they are already having this knowledge, right? This 70 or 60% they can learn from here. If it is not aware, people doesn't know anything. Even though if you are an SQL DBA, you know right what exactly the database will do. There could be a commands will be different. The approach will be different. End of the motto is how we are going to secure our data, our database. That is same only.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
No.
What are the timings? Like when it will start?
Mostly in the next week, 5th or 6th of October. If it is not possible, by 9th, it will be on 9th morning session, 7:30 to 8:30 IST.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Are Mahesh, Mubin, Asai, Yashwant, any doubts?